Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie. Bit of a different one today. First of all, it is raining. Apologies if you can hear that. But I got so angry. Um, as you can see from the thumbnail, our freedom of speech is under attack. Now, first of all, let me just make it real clear. I have not covered the Russell Brand thing that's going on right now. Okay, it's a legal minefield. But whether Russell Brand is innocent or guilty, it is not for me to decide. That is for the judicial system if charges are brought. I believe the victims that have come forward based on the testimonies and the allegations and the evidence provided. But that doesn't mean that Brand is guilty, because I am not a judge, I am not a member of the jury, and nor would I be because I already have an opinion. So taking all of that into account, Russell Brand is still an innocent man, therefore has every right to his freedom of speech. The UK government has tried to intervene on social platforms to get him cancelled, for want of a better word. Whilst the UK government can get somewhat involved with the BBC and Channel 4 because they are funded by the taxpayer, so they, yes, sort of, kind of, the government does have a role in that, and they and the BBC and Channel 4 have certain guidelines, being public broadcasters. And if those guidelines have been broken by Brand, then yes, they have every right to cancel him. Okay? The private companies, TikTok, Rumble, YouTube, all have their own rules and regulations. The UK government, in my opinion, has no right to interfere with that. If Brand has broken any rules of these private companies, again, they have every right to enforce their own penalties, whatever they may be, according to their own terms and conditions. I have here, let me see if I can find it. So, let's have a look. Yes. Okay. So, this is Rumble's response to the UK's Parliament's letter. But let's see the letter. So this, there we go, is actually from the Department of Culture, Media and Sports. Okay? First of all, if you're going to send a letter out that is public, it is on the government's website, get your spelling, punctuation, grammar correct. It's embarrassing. But this is a letter to Rumble. So, whilst, can I highlight on here? No, I can't. Whilst we recognise that Rumble is not the creator of the content published by Brand, we are concerned that he may be able to profit from his content on the platform. Please confirm whether he can monetize his account, including his videos relating to the serious accusations against him. Okay, so say, you know, that video he's come out with saying that he didn't do anything illegal. Then maybe the private companies have kind of gone, oh, that's a bit, okay, you can't make money from that video, dude. You know, maybe they have, which, again, that's entirely up to them. We would like to know whether Rumble intends to join YouTube in suspending Brand's ability to earn money on the platform. That is none of your goddamn business. Rumble is a private company. They can do whatever they want. And we would also like to know what Rumble is doing to ensure that creators are not able to use the platform potentially. This is an absolute disgrace. I'm so genuinely angry with this. So where was the other one? And this is the letter to TikTok. Is it going to let me share it? No, no, we don't like this one. Okay, let's see if I can get it back up. So we want the tick. Oh no! It got rid of my screen. When did that happen? Why didn't you tell me? There we go. Take your time. There we go. So this one is to TikTok-y, as I call it. So TikTok later. Again, get your spelling, punctuation, grammar correct. It's embarrassing. Right. Blah 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 blah. The Culture Media Sport is raising, should say committee or person or whatever, is raising questions with the broadcasters who previously employed Brand, or production companies who employed him. Yeah, that doesn't apply to TikTok or Rumble. Whilst we recognise that TikTok is not the creator of the content, and his content may be within the community guidelines set out by the platform, we are concerned that he may be able to profit from his content on the platform. Again, spelling. We would be grateful if you could confirm if Brand is able to monetize his TikTok posts, including his videos related to the serious allegations against him, and what you're doing to ensure that creators are not able to use the platform to undermine the welfare of victims of inappropriate and potentially illegal behaviour. So, where does it stop? Okay, where does it stop? Potentially illegal behaviour. Yeah, the dude has done inappropriate stuff. He has admitted as much. And as I said, based on what has come forward, the probability, I believe he probably did do some potentially illegal things, but I am not a judge, I am not a jury member, therefore it is irrelevant, in my opinion. But the fact that it makes me so angry that the government is getting involved. I had to write, not even write, I had to text to speech this because I was so angry. So where did I get to? Okay, so YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, all private companies and have their own rules and regulations. The government, in my opinion, has no right to interfere with that. If Brand has broken any rules of these private companies, they have every right to reinforce their own penalties. The UK government has discussed with these companies as to whether Brand should benefit from his alleged crimes. The law in the UK does state that criminals cannot benefit from their crimes, and that any money, funds, whatever word you want to use, made in relation to the crimes will be confiscated. Cool, fine. But he hasn't been found guilty yet. Therefore, you can't confiscate it. Therefore, you can't stop it. If he's ever found guilty, then yes. The UK government has every right to confiscate it. That is the law. And so it should be, to be fair. But until then, no. He can work. Look, it's a moral issue whether someone should make money about their crimes. And again, if he's broken the rules of the platforms, then they have every right to demonetize him. TikTok have said that he's not on their monetizing thing anyway, so it's irrelevant. I just can't. And also something else that happened back in May, I think it was May, Let me get this one up for you. Bum. Oh, we'll do this one. So this one was Rumble's response to the UK letter. Sorry, apologies. Let me get it up for you. This is great viewing, isn't it? There we go. So there we go. So this is Rumble's response. Me just okie dokie. So they have received an extremely disturbing letter from a committee chair in the UK Parliament. Whilst Rumble obviously deplores assault and serious crimes and believes that both alleged victims and the accused are entitled to a full and serious investigation, it is vital to note that recent allegations against Brand have nothing to do with content on Rumble's platform. YouTube announced solely on these accusations it was barring Brand from monetising his video content. Rumble stands for very different values. We have devoted ourselves to the vital cause of defending a free internet, meaning an internet where no one arbitrarily dictates which ideas can or cannot be heard, or which citizens may or may not be entitled to a platform. We regard it as deeply inappropriate and dangerous that the UK Parliament would attempt to control who is allowed to speak on our platform or to earn a living from doing so. Singling out an individual and demanding his ban is even more disturbing given the absence of any connection between the allegations and his content on Rumble. We don't agree with the behaviour of many Rumble creators, but we refuse to penalise them for actions they have nothing to do with our platform. Although it may be politically and socially easier for Rumble to join a cancel culture mob, doing so would be a violation of our company's values and missions. We emphatically reject the UK Parliament's demands. Not gonna lie, I am probably gonna go over and look at Rumble at some point, and yeah, one of my favourite creators is on there, so I may just go over to Rumble. It's infuriating. The UK government has no right interfering with private companies in regards to allegations. But crimes, yes, definitely. Like, you know, so if someone's a criminal, they're a criminal. But what else was it? That was it. Back in May, let me get that up for you. There we are. I think it was May. Come on. Sorry, my window has just pooped itself. There we go. Okay, so let me just double check. Has that come up on the screen? Yes, it has. So, that one. So yeah, May. Okay. UK police under fire over coronation protester arrests. Okay. Anti-monarchy group is planning to take legal action against the Met Police after several of its members were arrested as they prepared to protest. They weren't even protesting. And the Met Police are defending its handling of it. And they arrested 64 people. 4 have been charged. Most released on bail. 6 members of the anti-monarchist group Republic were let go and told they would not face any charges. Okay, Republic Chief Executive Graham Smith said 3 senior officers came to his house and apologised in person for the arrest that saw him in custody for 16 hours. He will not accept the apology. The UK recently passed the Public Order Act, introduced in response to environmental groups, allowing police to search demonstrators for items including locks and glue, and imposes penalties of up to 12 months in prison for protesters who block roads or interfere with national infrastructure. Fine. Because if you're stopping people getting to work because of your protest, that's not right. That's not right. Okay, police said the Republic members had items that could be used to lock onto infrastructure. Republic said that the items were ties for their placards. and police acknowledge its investigation has been unable to prove intent to use them to lock on and disrupt the event. We regret these 6 people were arrested. Yeah, poo do you regret it. Much of the ill-informed commentary on the day is inaccurate. The protest was not banned. Correct, the protest was not banned. You just arrested people that were thinking of protesting. Our target was those we believe with intent on causing serious disruption, criminality, once in a generation moment. They, intelligence threats about multiple well-organised plots to disrupt it. They had intelligence again. They had intelligence that the protesters were going to upset the horses. Sure. The right to peaceful protest is an integral part of democracy. Yes, it is. No one wants a day ruined, but the right to put up placards is virtually absolute in British democracy. This is the Conservative lawmaker David Davis. The Met was already under intense pressure involving its treatment of women and minorities. Yeah, that's the end of it. So these people were arrested for thinking about protesting. Seriously. I remember seeing the footage. I can't find it now. But, 1 of 4, let me see. There was people, the Republic campaign group. Oh gosh. They they were just stood outside their van getting their placards out, and the police were arresting them. This should not be happening. Let me see get back to my script before I go off it. Okay, so they arrested people who were thinking about protesting in the UK. The government has already clamped down on protesting in the UK. I think we now have to apply for a licence in order to protest. And it just goes against every fibre of my being. I mean, bit of a disclaimer. I do think we should be a republic. Do I think that the British government should have overall say? Hell no, look at the mess they're in now. And I don't know what the solution is to that. But this is not about being anti-monarchy. This is about our right to protest, which the government are trying to curtail. These protesters hadn't protested yet. They were getting their placards out of their vans and they were arrested. But most of them have been released. The thinking of protesting is not a crime. Thinking is not a crime. Something else in regards to free speech, let's have a look-see, is this. This is from one of my favourite YouTubers. Okay? Andrew Gold. I will leave a link in the description. They gagged me exposing Andrew, Meghan and Mountbatten. Now, I can't find anywhere what happened in regards to this. Okay? Mr. Gold has been very clever and not announced anything because he's going to do a video on it. Fair enough. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so which is fair enough, right? So I will be watching that later today to find out what happened. But did Andrew break any of YouTube's mysterious rules? What I'm curious to see what it was. So that will be interesting. Oh, my computer is not dealing very well with what I am wanting to do right now. There we go. Right, so Andrew Gold did a video, something to do with, as I said, Mountbatten, Meghan, etc. And it was taken down. And he's doing a live stream later today, so I'm going to be watching that. But what did he violate any of YouTube's rules? And if so, unfortunately, that's a fair cop. Nothing we can really do about that. But what rules did he violate? And who reported it in order to have it taken down? You know, it's just, there's too much of this going on right now, and it's actually quite upsetting. So, the other day, me and my partner were talking about the Russell Brand debacle, okay? And I was getting annoyed that it was getting political. And I'm not gonna lie, I blame the Americans. I was just like, oh well, you know, they're making it political. You know, it was taking away from the victims. And yeah, Brand has done some horrible things in the past to women. He's admitted as much, and in the UK, none of us were surprised when these new allegations came out. Whether he has done anything illegal, it is not up for me to decide. That is for the courts. But as I said, I was discussing it with my partner, and I was saying how I hated it, how it had become political, because it was taken away from the victim stories. But the UK government has made it political by getting involved. They have no right getting involved with private companies, telling them how to deal with people that upload to their platform. These people are not employees on the platform. The platforms have their own rules and policies. As long as no one is inciting any hate speech, then I'm fine. Everyone has a right to freedom of speech, but you also have to follow the rules of the platform that you're on. Now, in regards to the victims, they can say that Brand did X, Y, Z. In fact, if it doesn't go to a criminal court, because these accusations are hard to prove, then they can say whatever they want on social media. If they are false, and Brand can prove as much, then he can sue them. So this might not be a legal remedy, but at least it's getting their story out there. Please don't take this advice. I am not legally qualified. This may be completely illegal. I have no idea. But if their stories are true, then they can tell them, because Brand won't sue them, because he knows that if he sues them, whatever evidence these victims have will come out in that civil court. So that's just something I had a brain fart about. Would you just continue to talk about it regardless of whether the criminal case went ahead, because you knew that your attacker wouldn't sue you? Just a thought experiment there. But that's my ill-informed, uneducated opinion. Please don't do anything I say. But my favourite book is 1984 by George Orwell. If you haven't read this book, you should, especially if you are living in the UK right now. It's a short book, read it twice, but things such as thought crime appear in it. And this situation makes me so angry. It is literally thought crime. This is why I did not want to leave the European Union, because despite what everyone says, at least if we disagreed with something the UK government were doing, i.e. all of this, we had another avenue to complain to, whereas right now the British government are corrupt AF and we have nowhere to go with it. We could go to the House of Lords, but they have... No, sorry, some of them have actually purchased their seat in the House of Lords, and some of them have done diddly squat to get there. They don't care about the people, they only care about lining their own pockets. Allegedly, in my opinion. But if we had the European Union, at least we could have gone there to the Court of Human Rights, or whatever it's called, and complained. So this is an SOS to the European Union. Help us. The UK is drowning. And as a personal SOS, if anyone in a more civilised country has a spare room and wants to look after this disabled person who's unable to work and has 4 cats and a partner, please let me know. We'll come with. Okay. Where did I get to? There we go. My partner is good with computers, so he can help you with that stuff. I have no skills to offer, unfortunately, unless you want a loudmouth Brit in your house. That's about it. But if I had relatives in a more civilised society, I would have left a long time ago. But regardless of what you think of Russell Brand, the UK government should not be getting involved with private companies. And as for Andrew Gold getting demonetised, cancelled, whichever it was, I'm going to be watching that tonight. It's going to be interesting. I will leave the link below, so you can watch it as well. 8 PM UK time, I believe. And the anti-protest bill and the anti-monarchy protesters that were arrested for thinking, I will leave a link below. Again, I will leave as many links as possible in the description. I am not a conspiracy theorist. My partner was convinced that this was political, and I kept saying, no, I hate that it's political, it shouldn't be political, etc, etc. Now, the UK government have made it political and taken away from the victims. Everyone, including myself, is now focused on the fact that the British government are trying to get involved with foreign private companies, telling them what to do. No, you don't do that. You just can't do that. This is blatant interference from the UK government. Our rights are being eroded. The government is corrupt, and it's just upsetting because this country, what I thought was a beacon. I thought our freedoms were sacred. I see other countries around the world, including America, and I would look at them almost down my nose, kind of. Oh, you are so controlled by politicians or media, or you are so conspiracy theorist. At least in the UK, we have freedom of speech. A lot of our media is free to publish what they want, etc. But no, now I am doubting everything. And it's sad. And you know what? It's all come up under this Tory government, who, as I said, are corrupt AF, in my opinion. Check out my other videos on politics. But I think that's it. I was angry when I found this out. I had to just vent. And it's genuinely upsetting. Freedom of speech is sacred. Regardless of the situation, as long as you're not inciting violence, I think freedom of speech, unfortunately, is a right. People can say whatever the hell they want to say. And you don't have to listen to it. You have every right to be offended. And I have every right to be offensive, should I choose, as long as I am not inciting violence. And the UK government trying to interfere with private businesses is not okay. Read 1984 by George Orwell. I will actually leave a link to that as well. It might be like dirt cheap on Kindle or something because it's a classic. Read it. I'm actually doing a short course on Open University about 1984. It's a free course. But it's just infuriating. But I'm going to stop whinging. I dread to think how long I've been recording for. So if you've listened for this long, I genuinely appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have I got it wrong? Did I? Did I get this wrong? Am I being an absolute conspiracist? Is it just... have I been pulled down the rabbit hole? What do you think? Let me know. I'm open to all opinions. Oh, I've gone on for like half an hour. But yeah, open, honest, mindful, kind discussion is welcome. As I said, inciting violence is never going to be welcome. And if I ever say that I want children on my channel, that is my SOS saying that I am being controlled by someone. Because I do not want children. Okay, I'm being silly now. I will let you get on with your day. Thank you very much for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Get this video out there. This is an important topic. Our freedom of speech is literally under attack. So it needs to get out there. Share my video. Share other people's video. Get this out there. Do not let this happen. Thank you. Subscribe, like, comment, follow me on the socials, and I will see you soon. Bye.